lecture we had seen user defined function. In that lecture we had also seen function called by value. Now let us start by a next concept of programming, array. What is the array? Array is a set of element of similar data type or set of element of homogeneous element. It is also called a collection of data element. All these elements are of same type. Why array is need? For example, if you want to calculate sum of 1 to 10 numbers, in that case what will we do? You have to first declare the 10 variables, that is integer n1, n2. Let us see it properly. Suppose without array you want to calculate sum of 1 to 10 numbers, distinct numbers. In that case what will we do? First declare 10 variables, right? Here you must need a 10 variables. For example, if you declare n1, n2 till the n3, n10. Okay. The first step is you must have a 10 variables. The next step is you have to scan 10 values, that is scan for 10 times. For this purpose you have to write a scanf function and write a %d, %d. How many times? Write 10 times. Okay. Got it? Now in this case what happen, whenever you declare the 10 variables, then all these variables allocate random memory, that is random memory allocation. For example, if number 1 is declared at the address of 700, the number 2 may be declared at the address of 650, the number 10 may be declared at the address of 702. Like this, all these variables allocate the random memory. Hence, if you want to search or sort all these values, then you must have a complicated process. Therefore, sorting and searching becomes complicated. All we discuss it by the concept without array. If you don't have an array, then and if you want to check or if you want to calculate the sum of more than one number, or if you want to handle a more than one number, in that case all these things are happen. You declare the more than one variable, you have to scan for 10 variables, or you have to scan separate, you have to write separate % for each variable. Random memory is allocate. Sorting and searching becomes complicated. Okay. But if you have an array, then what happen? Before that, let us see what is array. Till now in our program, we have seen variables which can store only one value at a time. But it is often required in programming that you may need to store set of values in a single variable. In that case, you can create an array. But how to create array? Here is the syntax of array: data type, variable, name, and here give the size. Size means what? How many elements or how many values you want in array, that is size. Due to array, what are the advantages? We can easily create a set of similar type of data. All elements allocate the sequential memory and sorting searching process become fast. Let us compare this point to our previous points with array. Compare these points. The first point is declare, need to declare only one variable, but it must have size, with size. For example, integer, it is a data type. Give the name of array. Suppose here the name is x and declare the size. That is, this variable is capable to store 10 values. Okay, let us take a look at the second point, scan for 10 times. Here also, if you have a 10 values, you have to scan for 10 times, but because you declare an array, then it allocates the sequential memory. How it allocates sequential memory? Let us see. The first element, for example, you have an array of 5. The first element it at 600, then next one is at 600 and not 1. Here is the 2. Why? Because the single integer allocate 2 bytes. Therefore, this separation is done by 2 bytes. The first value is at suppose 600, the next one is at 602, then 604. Like this, memory allocation is done. Suppose here you want to scan values or you want to store values at this location, then in this case you have a index, because the first value is at x of 0, the next one is at x of 1, like this. The last value is at the size -1. Now by using the for loop, you can simply here assign the I equal to 0 and then increment the I till the size -1. Therefore here we have integer I equal to 0, I is less than 10 because here the size is 10, and I plus plus. That is, this loop check the variable from 0 till the number of elements -1. That is, here the size is 10, the last location it at 9. And then you can write a scan, but you want to scan a value at each and every location. Therefore here write a x of I, because initially I is 0, therefore x of 0, then I plus plus, there is 1, then I plus plus 2, 3. This I is goes till the value of 9, that is last element of our array. And the next point, as we have seen on slide, therefore sorting and searching process become fast. Why it is become fast? Because all elements allocate the sequential memory, like this 600, 602, 4, 6, 8. This memory or this block allocate a sequential memory. This type of array is known as a single dimensional array. Single dimension means what? Only single row and number of columns, known as a single dimensional. Later we will see multi-dimensional array. If you want to access the individual element from array, then you have to use a index. It is also called a subscript. You can access or refer the individual element of an array through their position or location in the array. You can call it as position, location, subscript, upper. It is a lower bound, it is a upper bound. The position and location of an array is commonly referred as a subscript. An array subscript always start from 0. If you want to store the initialize the array, for example here you have an array of 5 element integer array. The first value is 12, then 23, 34, 45, 56. As we know that our subscript is always start from 0 till the number of element -1. Therefore, how these values are stored? The first value is at index of 0, then next value is at index of 1 and the last value is at index of 4. Like this, you can create a simple integer array, simple single dimensional integer array. Let us perform a program. Here is our simple program to print and scan elements of array. Suppose you simply take here x of 10, then there is I. Now you have to scan first element. For that, must ask user to enter 10 elements. Enter 10 elements of array. Here also give the /n. As we know that array means what? Set of elements. Therefore, you must have here loop to scan the values. If you don't like a loop, then scan and x of 0 and x of 1 and x of 2. But it is very tedious work. Therefore, you have to use a loop. Okay, now our array is scan, then print element of array. Here also again use /n only for presentation. Now print one by one value. Therefore, suppose here you have to give a separator. Suppose here I give /t. You can also use a /n. Here only a simple element of array will printed, but if you want to print array with its location, with its position, then it is also possible. Then here again you want to print a position also, therefore print like this. Now I print on one by one line. X of %d is equal to %d. In the first row of %d, print the value of I. It will display the locations also. Okay, save it. Enter the 10 elements. You can enter any type of element. You know the range of integer. Till that range, you can enter elements as a single element. Here is your output. The first value located at the x of 0 and the last value is located at the x of 9. Like this, your array is created. Got it? Okay. Now let us perform a simple program to print sum of all elements of array. How the sum is print? If your array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then how we calculate the sum? 1 plus 2, 3, then 3 plus the next value 3, 6, then 6 plus the next value 4, 10. Like this, it will calculate the sum. Therefore, declare the sum by using initial value 0. Okay. Now here calculate the sum. For calculating the sum, again you need a loop. Simple logic, sum equal to sum plus 1 by 1 element of array. Then how we can access it by using its index. Print the sum. You can also calculate a average also. If I put the simple values, how the sum is calculated? 1 plus 2, 3, then 3 plus 3, 6, then plus 4, 10, like this. It will calculate the sum, which is 55. You can also calculate a average. Now again, by using single array, let us perform a program to print elements of an array by incrementing incremented by 10. Now you can also tell me how to write a process. Each element must be incremented by a 10. Therefore, x of I is equal to, yes, x of I plus 10 over, and print this again after incrementing the array. Again I put the simple values. 1 plus 10 11, 2 plus 10 12, 10 plus 10 20. Like this you can access a single element, and you can use this element within the process. You can also find here, you know that this array is of integer type, not an unsigned integer. Therefore, you can also write a program to count positive and negative elements from array. For that program, you have to declare a counter which is initialized to always initialize it to 0, and then give the condition. If the value of array is greater than 0, then give increment to a positive counter. If it is less than 0, then give increment to negative counter, and you have to put a positive and negative both values. You can do this program, as well as you can also do the program to print even and odd elements from array. You can also print a sum of all even and odd elements. Suppose here we perform a program to print only for even numbers, even values from an array. What is the logic? First scan the array, print the element, and give here condition. If you know that what is the condition for even number, if the number mod 2 is equal to 0, then only this number is even. Therefore, printf even number, comma x of I. Like this you can print a even numbers from array. 34, 12, 44, 34 and 12. These are the even numbers from array. Others are odd numbers. You can also take a counter here. You can also declare here one counter, and if this value is 2, then do increment to a counter, and you can perform a program to print number of even and odd elements from an array. Now let us perform the logical program. Here you have a array of 10 elements. You can also print it. Now let us create a program to search elements from array. If you have array 1 to 10, then how to search element from array? If you put a value 5, then always check this value from 0 till the number of elements minus 1. If the value is found, then print the value with its location. If it is not found, then give the message value is not present. Like this, you can perform program to search value from an array. You can also give the heading program to check whether the given value is found in array or not. Again, you have a here array of 10 I. You need here one value, therefore take a n, scan the value of n, enter any value to search from array. Okay, again print the elements of array. Here is the simple logic. You only want to search a value, that is what you want to search it from 0 till the number of element minus 1. But if it is found, then directly you can print here at %d location. Print the location. But if you write this message in under loop, then what happen? This value, suppose your value is 5, then it will first check with 1. Then if you write here else part, then what happen? You will get the message not found, not found, not found 5 times, and then at the 5 it will display value is found. Again it will continue the loop and again print the message not found. But we don't want like this output, therefore if you want a appropriate output, then you have to take here one more variable flag. How to use this flag? If the value is found, then print the value, print the message, print the value. You can also print here value. Suppose I give here %d value is found at %d location. Within the first %d there is value of array, and then here set the value of flag is equal to 1 and take a break, because if the value is found, your work get completed and then there is no need to search further within the array. But if it is not found, then the value of flag is 0. Why we done it so? Because we are in a loop. In loop you can give only a single message, either the value is found or not found. But here in this program, if the value is not found, then also we will want to print a message. Therefore here check the value of flag. If the value of flag is 0, then give the message. Okay. If the array is and our value is suppose 5, then 5 value is found at 4 location, because whenever your loop begin, then the 5 is compared with 1, then the flag is 0, here the flag is 0, here the flag is 0, here also flag is 0, but here the flag is 1. But after setting the flag 1, we take a break. Therefore, it will continue the further part of program and check here. Is it the value of flag is 0? No, because here we set the flag value of flag is 1. Therefore, this condition get false and we will get the output value is found at 4 location. If the value is not found, in that case what happen? At every time the value of flag is 0, 0 and 0, then whenever the loop get terminated, then compile check the value of 0 flag, it is 0, yes, then value is not found. Therefore, here we use a flag because we want to take a 2 decisions within the loop. Here in this program, we use only a single array. Now, let us begin with a multiple array. Suppose we want to perform a simple operation, program to copy array. That is, you have a array, single array, and you want to copy all these elements in the another array. Then program to copy array. Copy is too simple because the second array is empty. Here you have a I. First scan the element of. Now in the mention here the name of array, X array. We don't want this. Now also cut it. And if you want to copy array, but copy is done in sequence, therefore the value of x of 0 is stored in value of x of we store at the value of y of 0. Therefore, use here loop and then y of I is equal to x of y. Simple logic because y is empty. Then print the copied element. Okay. Here is the copy of array. You can also write a program to print copy of array in reverse order. Apply the simple logic. Here take one more variable j, which always start from 9. Then y of I equal to x of j. Okay. Like this you can also write a program, or you can also do the program to print copy of array in reverse order, or to copy array in reverse order. It is a simple logic. You can try it. Now suppose you have a two array and you want to swap the values from this two array. Program to swap array. If the x is has 1 to 10 numbers, if y contains 100 to 1000 number, then always swap it by using the one different variable. Why we need here a different variable? Let us check it. Here you have a x array. You can also write a scan for second array. Here you must have a same size of for both arrays. Then scan the value of y. But you can't write here the same logic because here the y is also fill up with values, x is also fill up with values. If you want to swap it, then what is the logic? You must need a third variable. Here in case of array, we perform a set operation, but it is performed value by value. Therefore, you need only a single integer value. Then write a mechanism temp is equal to x of I. The value of first value of x is stored to or copy to temp. Then within the x of I, we want a value of y of I, and within the value of y of I, we want a value from temp. It is the simple logic for swapping. These three steps only swap the single value. We need it because all these two arrays contains values. Then after swapping, print the elements of array. Here we use simple shortcut %d/t %d/n. First print the value of x and y respectively. If the first array contains 1 to 10 elements, next one contains suppose 11 to 110. Here is the output. You can see here we have to first print a value of x and then y. Therefore, within x there are the element of y, and within y there are the elements of x. Like this, you can simply write a program for swapping of two array. You can also write a simple program for merge element of array. How the merge element of array is performed? Let us take a look. If x contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if the y contain suppose 9, 8, 7, 6, then the merge array contain after processing. Okay. Therefore, in this case, what happens? The first values from x is stored under the resultant array, and then there is values of y. If you want to do this program, you want to create this program, then here watch it carefully. It is a program like a copy array, because here within the resultant array there are the value of x and then the value of y. But if you want to first store the value of x and then followed by the values of y, then you have here a separate index. If k is equal to 0, then from the values of x Whenever you store one by one value to a resultant array, then always give increment to this index. Whenever you have all values of x, then the k gets increment, therefore the value of k is 5, and then from that current value you can enter a element of y, or you can copy a element of y. Therefore take a separate index value for resultant array, then only you will find the appropriate result. But here, as you can see, x contains 5 values, y contains 4 values, then also it is possible to perform the merge operation, because in previous program we have seen swapping copy. In that case you must have a same size for both array, but here if the size is not same, then also you can write a program for merge element of array. But here again we have to write a array like this, x of 50. Don't afraid, here we don't want to enter a 50 element, but if you want to ask size to a user, or you want to give choice to a user to enter the size of array, then you have to declare the maximum size. You can take here 50, you can take here 100, 200 also. Here suppose for example we have a array of 50, therefore we don't want to enter a 50 element, hence here take one more variable n and ask user to enter a size. Enter size for array, because we have a 50 values, and then scan this value, and now you are ready to locate the array at specified size. Therefore I equal to 0, and here I is less than what, not a 50, right, but it is less than n, I plus plus, and now you can proceed further like this. You can call it as user defined size array. Okay, it is a simple concept to declare array with maximum size, and then scan, ask value, ask size to a user, and then only perform the operation till that size. Okay, so now in the above program we have to take a user defined size. The program is programmed to merge elements of array. Therefore here if the first array is of 50, the second array is of 50, then your resultant array is of how many elements? Yes, right, it is of 100 element, because you must take a maximum size. If the user enter 50 element here, 50 element here, then you must have an array that accept the 100 elements. You want here one more variable, k is equal to 0. Now before scanning the element of array, you have to first ask user the size of array. Oh, here we have two arrays, therefore you have to declare size for two array, n and m, for x and y array respectively. Scan here two values. The first value will be stored in n, and next one at the location of m. Then here change the message, enter %d elements of an x array. Here %d elements of an y array. Within the %d you will print the value of n and m. Now here also less than, instead of less than 10 there is less than n, here less than m. Okay, now let us begin the process. This array, this loop is used for only x, therefore here write a less than n. Then your result array is z, you have to take a separate index for it, therefore z of k is equal to x of I, and at every time you have to give increment to a k. Now when the all values of x we store under the z, then again store the value of y also. Okay, and now print the resultant array. Here we have an index of resultant array because the value is located at the k minus 1 till the k minus 1. Now here print the resultant array which is z. If we want to print within the first array we want to store the 5 values, when within the second array we want to store 4 values. Okay, here 1 to 5 values are stored from the x array, then 4 to 1 values are stored from the y array. Now here is your resultant array. Like this you can write a program to print merge elements of array. You can also write a program for addition of array. Simple. Suppose x contain and the y contain, then the resultant array is simple: x of 0 plus y of 0, x of 1 plus y of 1. Like this you can write the last value, x of 4 plus y of 4. Here also you need a same size. You can write this program, you have to do this program, you should do this program to clear the concept of array. Here we perform a simple operation of merge array. Now let us perform again a simple operation of intersection of array. What is the intersection? You have to write a common values from two arrays, from both arrays. Suppose the next one is then the resultant array is contain only common values, that is 4 and 5. Like this you can perform a intersection. What is the logic for this array program? For this program you have to compare the value of x to the all values of y. That is, if here we take a value 1, 1 is compared to 6, then 4, then 8, then 5, then 9. If it is equal to, if the match is found, then only it will store under the z array. For example 4, the 4 is first compared with 6, then 4 is compared with 4, yes it is equal, then it is stored within the z array, then 4 is compared with 8, with 5, with 9. Like this you can perform an intersection, but in this case the single value of x array is compared to the all values of Y array. Therefore, you have to write here a nested loop, outer loop and inner loop. Okay, how to perform it? Let us see. Keep this same. Now here compare. We want a comparison. Therefore, take one more variable j. The outer loop is of I. The inner loop is of j. It is for y array. You can take any value for index. Here you use a I. Here you can use a j, because here you only want to read the value from the specified location. Now what is the logic? If value of x is equal to value of y, then store the value of x in z of k, give the increment to k. But if the value of k is remain 0, then what happen? It means what? There is no intersection. Else print the intersected array. Okay, here also we use a k index. It is valid. It is the intersection of array. If you put here different values, then what happen? There is no intersection. Like this, you can perform a intersection of array. Here we have done the different programs, but all these programs are without a function. In the next program, we can perform, we will perform function call by reference, that is program by passing function of array to a function. Thank you.